Hi, everyone. Here's a message from your galactic guides for the week of April 14th to the 20th. So we have Orion, and it's going to be the guardians of sorcery. So the constellation of Orion is a very prominent constellation in the night sky, and it's easily recognizable because it is a hunter, or represents the hunter Orion in Greek mythology. There are a lot of different myths regarding the hunter Orion. So it is said that Orion and Artemis were once companions. It is also said that perhaps he was Artemis's lover, and this actually made her brother Apollo really upset. Because of his jealousy, he tricked his sister into a shooting contest, and he had Orion, without Artemis's knowledge, swimming in the middle of the ocean. And then he told her, hey, look, there is your target. Go ahead and shoot it. And supposedly she shot him as one of her targets. When she discovered the truth, she was heartbroken and placed Orion among the stars. And now we see him up in the sky to this day. Another famous Greek legend about Orion involves the Pleiades. So it is said that Orion used to chase the Pleiades, the seven daughters of Atlas and Pleione, and in order for them to be protected, Zeus decided to throw them up in the sky and make them into stars. Even though Zeus did them a solid and turned them into beautiful stars, you still see Orion chasing them across the heavens to this day. So now let's look at the associations with the zodiacs with Orion itself. There are two stars that you need to really focus on within the constellation of Orion. This is Bellatrix and Betelgeuse. Both of these stars are associated with the planet Mars and Mercury. And when it's Gemini season, Bellatrix is approximately 20 degrees in Gemini, and then Betelgeuse is approximately 28 degrees in Gemini. The reason we need to know this is because if you have Gemini placements, more than likely there is a connection to Orion within you, or there is a fascination or a need to learn more about this constellation, specifically because of ancient peoples as well as ancient ruins that are connected to the constellation itself. There could be a link to lifetimes in these ancient civilizations as well as lifetimes in the constellation of Orion itself. But if you don't have any Gemini placements in your natal chart, that's okay. If you feel drawn to the Orion constellation, or like you are always constantly looking at the night sky and seeing that constellation, more than likely there's a connection to the constellation itself through, again, ancient civilizations, or even you being a part of that constellation. So let's go into the actual guidance for this week. Your galactic guides from Orion want you to concentrate on connection to ancient civilizations, so past lifetimes within the earth plane. They want you to do this through meditation or astral projection if you can. What they want you to do is to concentrate your energy in revisiting these sacred sites, such as ancient Egypt. There are some as well in Teotihuacan, Mexico. And then globally, there are other sites that are connected specifically to the constellation of Orion. I would highly recommend that you Google those sites and see which one you're drawn to first before you start the meditation or your astral projection. They want you to revisit these sites because there are links to karmic cycles and healing work that you need to do in order for you to access your true potential on the earth plane at this time. So there is a link to a karmic cycle that you have to heal and break in order for you to really step forward into your full potential and your full authority and power now. There are other things that you could consider too. If you have a hard time meditating, listening to frequencies or playing certain frequencies can help you get to alpha and just imagine yourself projected to these sacred spaces and then walking through the sacred spaces until something shows up or someone shows up or something is revealed to you, like an ancient text or maybe a gift from your guides. Or you could do a kind of like guided meditation. There's a lot of them out on the internet that you can do in order for you to connect to your Orion guides specifically. So one of the frequencies that they are kind of pushing are the 432 hertz frequencies, and then there's a second one, 440 hertz. So any type of tone or music with these two frequencies, either separate or together, would be beneficial for you to use in order for you to get to that stage of alpha and to be able to allow yourself to project yourself to these sacred sites, or even before you go to bed, listening to those tones so that you can go in dream state to these places. So that is all I have for you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. Bye-bye.